Minister, the Boards of Management of St Mary's Boys National School and the Convent Mercy National School, Belturbet, County Cavan, submitted a very well-researched and detailed proposal to your department seeking approval to amalgamate both schools and have a new school provided on an already identified suitable site owned by the parish within the town. Both aspects of this proposal need to be approved so that the primary school-going population of Belturbet will have a modern and appropriate co-educational facility. I strongly support this application, and this proposed new facility, as requested in the application, needs to be sanctioned and delivered. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Deputy, and I want to acknowledge your engagement with me on this particular issue. I can absolutely confirm to the Deputy that the Department of Education has recently received, and only recently received, a request from the patron of the schools under reference for the amalgamation of the two schools. The proposal also included a request for a new school building for the amalgamated school. As the Deputy will be aware, the decision-making authority for school amalgamations belongs to the patron or the trustees of a school, and this is subject to the approval of the Minister for Education. Any proposed change involves extensive negotiations at local level and must be well planned and managed in a manner that accommodates the interests of students, parents, teachers, local communities, and contributes to an inclusive education system. The Department is currently reviewing the amalgamation proposal. This process is nearing completion, and officials will be in contact with the patron very shortly. Since 2020, the Department of Education has invested in the region of €3.5 billion in our schools throughout the country, involving the completion of over 690 school building projects, and with construction currently underway at approximately 300 other projects. School building projects at construction involve an overall state investment of over €1.2 billion. We also have 200 modular accommodation projects that are very well advanced. This is a record level of investment in our schools and highlights the Government's very strong track record of delivery in providing additional capacity and modern facilities. The main focus of the Department's capital funding over the last decade and for the coming period is on provision of critical additional capacity to cater for increasing demographics and children with special education needs. The Department is required to manage the overall school building programme so that we target and prioritise areas that are under greatest pressure for additional school places. This reflects our fundamental objective, ensuring the availability of a school place for every child. The Deputy may be aware that there are already plans for capital investment in the primary schools in the Belturbet school planning area with a view to increasing mainstream and special class pupil places. In total, there are currently 3 school building projects across the schools in the Belturbet area at various stages of planning and delivery. At primary level, this includes plans for additional mainstream and special classes at Milltown National School and Sculnave Breed. The overall position...
Thank you, Minister. Deputy.
Thank you, Caoimhe, and thank the Minister for a reply. Minister, I'm glad that you have confirmed that the Department are assessing the application. One thing that I don't want to see is an amalgamation proposal approved for the schools to operate from the existing sites. That would defeat the whole purpose of the exercise. And Minister, I compliment you on the excellent school building programme you have had in place for the past 3.5 years. And my own constituency of Cavan are major beneficiaries. But can I say, Minister, and St Bricken's College in Belturbet is a major beneficiary of new modular buildings that you sanctioned and funded. Minister, the 2 schools at present have totally outdated facilities that don't have room for expansion. They can't provide for children with additional needs because they don't have the space to provide additional accommodation. So, Minister, to ensure that the school-going population of Belturbet Town and its immediate catchment area have proper facilities, we need a commitment to a new school. The schools that you quite rightly mentioned that have major building programmes, projects approved or on the way at the minute, are some distance from Belturbet. I'm speaking about the school-going population of Belturbet Town, whose population is growing and its immediate catchment area. Thank you, Caoimhe.
Thanks very much, Deputy. And I do want to acknowledge and repeat, as I said, the request has been received and it is currently being assessed. The overall position with regard to potential modernisation, however, and replacement of existing school infrastructure will be kept under review as capital funding allocations are clarified. The Department of Public Expenditure, the NDP Delivery and Reform, will be engaging with departments on NDP allocations for the period of 26 to 28 over the coming months, with allocation decisions expected during the first half of 24. I absolutely assure the Deputy that the provision of required school places, including for children with special education needs, is a priority for the Department. Officials will work to ensure that there is sufficient provision to meet the school place needs in the schools referenced by the Deputy and the wider school planning area. This will include a focus on any school accommodation provisions that may be required in the short to medium term also. But I absolutely commit that, as I've already said, that the application for amalgamation is currently being reviewed and contact will be made with the patron very shortly as regards the amalgamation proposal.
Thank you, Minister, for your further response. And Minister, could I just say, and as you know yourself from visiting Cavan and being familiar with the area, unfortunately Belturbet suffered terribly over decades. There were bombs there and people killed and the town suffered immeasurably. Thankfully we're in a new era in areas like Cavan and Monaghan nowadays. Again, I welcome the fact that the population of Belturbet, as recorded in the recent census, showed a substantial increase. The County Development Plan of Cavan County Council plans for a substantial increase in the population of the town. And the very detailed proposal submitted by your department itemises the projected enrolment for schools in the town for the future at primary level. And could I just say, Minister, as well, I know from dealing with the childcare facility in the town that they don't have space to cater for the demand for childcare places, which is a welcome development in one area because it shows the growth in population and the demand for preschool places and subsequently primary and post-primary places. That's all a welcome development in what is generally a rural area. So, Minister, we need the proposal to amalgamate both schools approved and also the proposal to provide a new school on a site that's already available, identified and owned by the parish. And this proposal has the absolute and strong and unwavering support of the principals of both schools, the staff of both schools, the boards of management of both schools, the Parents Association and the wider community. And the school-going population of Belturbet need to have that commitment that they will have modern and up-to-date facilities catering for the needs of all children. Thank you, Oireachtas.
Thanks very much, Deputy. And again, I appreciate your passion and your absolute determination in terms of vision for this particular project. Look, the amalgamation proposal will be assessed. Contact will be made with the patron, just so that you would know, we divide the country into 314 special planning, school planning areas, as it were. We rely on our GIS, which really gathers information from the CSO, to determine, I suppose, future patterns or demographics. We engage with the local authority in terms of, their development plans, in terms of their projections for future, particularly from, housing development's point of view and all of that. I can say that the information available to us would say that the enrolment in the Belturbet school planning area is due to peak in 2026 at 673 pupils, and my understanding there are 7 primary schools and 1 post-primary school in the Belturbet school planning area. Notwithstanding that, I appreciate that both schools have come together. I appreciate that there is a vision locally, certainly being supported by yourself, Deputy. Every consideration will be given to the proposal as made, and contact will be made with the patron shortly.
Thank you. Question.